Hi, and welcome to this continued video on polynomial division. Okay, in the last video we looked at long division, traditional long division, and then we looked at long division with a remainder, and then we looked at a couple of examples of using polynomial division. Well, in this case, we're going to look at some higher order polynomials. So we're going to look at an x cubed polynomial product, and we're going to divide it by a factor of x plus 2, so with a divisor of x plus 2. So let's go ahead and write this so that we can set it up for division. So remember that under the division symbol, we have 3x cubed, in this case, plus 9x squared plus 8x plus 4. Okay, so we're going to, and then outside we have x plus 2. Okay, this is our divisor, and of course this is our polynomial product. So we're going to divide the polynomial product by x plus 2. So it's going to work very similar to all of the other problems that we did, except we have more terms to take care of, and so this one may be a bit longer, but not much. Same process. So remember that we're going to take x and divide it into 3x cubed. When we take x and divide it into 3x cubed, we're going to end up with 3x squared, and that 3x squared term again goes over our x squared term in our polynomial product. Okay, so then what we're going to do is take that and divide that by the divisor, the quotient that we have so far by the divisor, so that's going to be 3x squared times x, which will give me 3x cubed, and then 3x squared plus 2, which will give me plus 6x squared. Okay, remember all of this is subtraction again, so I'm going to put that in brackets and put that subtraction sign out there to remind me that I have to apply subtraction regardless of what signs are already present. So a positive 3x cubed minus a positive 3x cubed will just cancel out to 0. And then a 9x squared minus a 6x squared will become 3x squared. Okay, so now I'm going to bring down the next term so that I can apply division again. So the first terms, again, x divided by 3x squared this time. Okay, the result of that will be 3x, and since it's positive, it's going to be plus 3x. So when I multiply 3x times x and 3x times 2, I'm going to get 3x squared plus 6x. So again, that is subtraction and it goes in brackets, or you can just change the sign on each term. 3x squared minus 3x squared, subtract, that gives me 0. And then 8x minus 6x is going to give me 2x. Again, I bring down the next term, okay? And 4 is my last term, so after bringing down that, I won't be able to divide x into anything else. And notice that x is now being divided into its equivalent power. So once I divide x into 2x, that's going to give me plus 2. And when I multiply 2 by x, I get 2x, and when I multiply 2 by 2, I get plus 4. So remember again, this is subtraction, so make those signs accordingly. And when I subtract, I get 0 and 0, so I'm left with a remainder, in this case, of 0. So 0 is my remainder. So this means that x plus 2 times 3x squared plus 3x plus 2 are my factors. Okay. So if this were to be able to be divided evenly into more factors, then I should certainly check this one out. But when I looked at this one, this is going to be 3x and x to get 3x squared and 2 and 1. There's no possible way with these factors that I'm going to be able to get a positive 3x in the middle. And so this one we can assume is a factor as far as it can be in its whole numbers. So my two factors are the divisor, b of x, and the quotient, q of x, which give me this polynomial product here. So the product of those two. Okay, so we can try it one more time with the next example. So I have x cubed plus 2x squared minus 5x minus 6, and hopefully by now you're starting to catch on and understand the process. If not, then remember that you can stop the video and watch it as many times as you need to go back and look at a step or whatever it is that you need, okay? So we have x squared plus 2x minus 5x minus 6, and I'm dividing by x plus 1. So again, x is divided into x cubed. I'm going to end up with an x squared term. I know that. X squared times x will give me x cubed. X squared times 1 will give me plus x squared. Remember, subtraction again. Subtract, those cancel. Subtract here, 2x squared minus 1x squared gives me 1x squared. bring down my minus 5x. Now I can divide x into 1x squared, which will give me a positive x. X times x will give me 1x squared. X times 1 will give me a positive 1x. And then remember again, still subtracting. That will cancel. Negative 5x, be careful here, minus positive 1x will give me a negative 6x. If you didn't get that, then go back and look over your integer rules, because I have a negative minus a positive, and so that would be like a plus another negative, which gives me more negatives, so I end up with negative 6. The last term I'm ready to bring down, minus 6. X divides into negative 6x how many times? Negative 6 times. And again, x is being divided into its same power by now, which means that I'm not going to be able to divide it into anything else after that, because it would have to have a higher power. Okay, so 6 times x will give, or negative 6 times x will give me negative 6x, and negative 6 times 1 will give me minus 6. And so in this case, these two cancel. And don't forget that this is subtraction outside. So minus 6 minus negative 6 becomes a positive 6, so those cancel to 0, and negative 6 minus negative 6 also becomes 0, because the bottom becomes plus, and so my remainder is 0 in this case. So my factors so far are x plus 1 times x squared plus x minus 6. Now I noticed something here with this particular term. I noticed that this is still factorable. If I factor out x and x, and over here it looks like a 3 and a 2, let's arrange this and see how it's possible to get the plus 1x in the middle. So x and x, and 3 and 2. 3 would need to be positive, 2 would need to be negative. If I check those, my inside and outside terms, this is negative 2x and positive 3x, and so that's positive x, which is what I started with here, a positive x up here. Okay, so what that means is that my factors are x plus 1 plus the next term factored into x plus 3 times x minus 2. Okay, and so these are all of my factors that make up p of x, the polynomial product. And if I were to multiply all of these back out, I would get what I started with. So let's go ahead and do that really quickly. If I multiply x times x, that's going to be x squared plus 3x plus 1x plus 3. And then I still over here have times x minus 2. So this here is now this. Okay, so let's continue simplifying it. And so that's x squared plus 4x plus 3 times x minus 2. Well, I'm going to distribute the x, so that's going to become x cubed plus 4x squared plus 3x. And then it's going to be minus 2x squared plus, minus 8x, and then minus 6. Okay, so let's simplify all of this and see if we got what we started with. Remember, we're trying to get this product here. So we want to end up with x squared plus 2x squared minus 5x minus 6. Okay, so far I have x cubed, and then x squared and minus 2x squared are my like terms. And so in this case, my answer will be positive 2x squared, and then positive 3x minus 8x will leave me with minus 5x, and then minus 6. So it looks like these are exactly the same. They check out. Okay, so this would be this particular expression, x minus 2 times x, what did I factor that out to? Times x plus 1 times x plus 3, right, is equal to my polynomial product. They're the same thing. So what it's saying is that these two are equal. Okay, I hope this video has helped. If you need to go back through it as many times as you need to in order to get the hang of polynomial long division. Okay, I will post some videos on synthetic division as just another technique or another method that's in your toolbox in order to divide polynomials. All right, I hope this video has helped. See you in the next one.